Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's a weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. It is, Saturday the 22nd of June, Be Kinder Day, National Chocolate Eclair Day. How could you be anything but kind on Eclair Day, right? HVAC Technician Day, National Kissing Day, Onion Rings Day. I like onion rings, but I don't like onions.
You're so
Sounds
weird.
so weird. Yeah. Stupid Guy Thing Day. Well, hey, it's a perfect thing for me to celebrate. And Global Smurfs Day today. All of those things on Saturday, the 22nd. 23rd, Olympic Day, Widow's Day, Let It Go Day, National Detroit Style Pizza Day, Pink Day, Porridge Day, Pink Flamingo Day, and Typewriting Day. All of those things. And it's National Parents Day as well, Sunday. All of that stuff happening this weekend. And I have a guest joining me as well. I have Betsy Brandt from Breaking Bad and from a whole bunch of other great TV shows. Well, she's got a new movie that premieres this weekend on Lifetime Television. It's called The Bad Orphan. We'll chat with her all about it in a bit.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Healthy choices at the grocery store inevitably lead to unhealthy ones and vice versa. Do you agree, Heidi?
Oh, yes.
Research published in the Journal of Retailing details how the relative healthiness of an initial product choice was inversely related to the relative healthiness of the next choice when we go shopping. So in other words, a healthier food was typically followed by an unhealthy one. And I think maybe it's because you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm doing good. I can get this. Maybe that's what it is. It says researchers didn't assess why we seem to feel the need to go through this balancing act at the supermarket, but they did say being aware of it could help shoppers make more conscientiously healthy choices. Consistently, I think is the word I meant to say. I started down the path and I didn't want to go back, but thanks for pointing that out. Consistently healthy choices. That's the one. So, you go from this is good, this is not so good. This is good, this is not so good. I don't know. I stick to the not so good. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
It's rad. It's bad. It's 80s. The coolest rock vacation of the summer. Retromania Live. August 21st through 25th, the Mansion Theater. Starring Vince Neil, Bobby Brown, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Night Ranger, Tom Kiefer, Tiffany, Lou Graham, Pauly Shore, celebrity autograph signing, costume parties, and more. Single day tickets on sale now at RetromaniaLive.com. Produced by Branson Star Entertainment.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that the word pounds, or the LBS when you say pounds,
Right.
You know what that's short for?
No.
Libras, which is pound in Latin, Libra. So it's LBS.
I did not know that. I
Yeah.
always wondered where the heck they got that
I always wondered that
abbreviation
too.
from.
So you know, it's like 12 LBS, 12 pounds.
Right.
I'm like, why would it be LBS? Why not PNDS or something? I don't know. But LBS means libras, which is pounds in Latin. And you might want to grab your text message there, Heidi.
apologize for
We don't know
that.
everything. But now we know Heidi's phone is cranked up. And we also know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Deadpool and Wolverine looks set to be a major box office superhero when it opens next month. Film
I'm sure
tracking
it
site
will.
Quorum has a forecast for the third outing of the Ryan Reynolds anti-hero to have an opening above the $200 million mark. That would be the best opening for an R-rated movie ever, by the way. But they're thinking it's going to do better than the first and second one. So, I don't know. I think it'll do fine. Gordon Ramsay says he's lucky to be alive after a scary bicycle accident. Did you see this?
No.
He went to Instagram to talk about an accident where he said, wear a helmet when you're cycling.
Oh,
because
of course.
he was pretty much saved because of that.
Yikes.
Doctors and surgeons and nurses looked him over and they're like, oh, you're very, very fortunate, mister. So it's really important that you're careful. If you're going to be riding a bicycle, just be very, very careful. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Now a little good news. White-collar workers say they are overwhelmingly happy at their current job. A new survey of 1,000 workers, white-collar jobs in the United States, conducted by Talker Research, found that 9 out of 10 are somewhat satisfied or very satisfied with their position. White-collar workers in hybrid roles are more satisfied than those who work entirely in person or fully remotely. It was found that human resource employees are the most satisfied with their current role, and those who work in technology like IT are the least satisfied among white-collar workers. Survey respondents were found to be overwhelmingly satisfied with the quality of their leadership, work-life balance, job security, their time off policy, advancement opportunity, benefits, and their workload. Here's the thing that I got to say. First of all, it doesn't surprise me that human resources were the happiest, because they're usually the ones that do these kind of surveys.
That does surprise me, though, because that would have to be pretty stressful. Because they're the ones that have to let people go.
But they're also the ones that do these kind of surveys, so they're not going to answer the survey going, I don't like it here, because then they'd be like, okay, well, there's the door. So I'm sure there's got to be something to that.
I don't know.
So I don't know. You can read the whole thing. I've got it all in show notes. And I am not a sports person, so I don't know where we are on this, but the Edmonton Oilers were hoping to win a Stanley Cup, and it was resting on Connor McDavid's shoulders. McDonald's is trying to give him a little extra incentive. I think this might all be done by now. So don't kill me. Don't be mad at me, because I don't know. I'm not a sports guy. I have no clue. I just thought this part was really funny. McDonald's went on X, which is Twitter, and they made a deal with McDavid. McDonald's Canada tweeted at the hockey superstar, okay, McDavid, how about this? If you bring the cup to Canada, we'll turn Edmonton's McDonald's into a McDavid's. Deal? And it was followed by a handshake emoji. I don't think that they won, because they were down at the time of this 2-0. But I don't know. Maybe they did. I have no clue. I'm not a sports guy. I don't even know where I would turn to find that. How sad is that? That's how much not of a sports guy I am. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited and busy right now with Betsy Brandt, and you know her from a bunch of great stuff. But the big thing that people talk to you about the most, is it Breaking Bad? Is that kind of the one that people talk to you the most, like out in the wild about?
Oh my God, hands down. And you know, sometimes people will shock me. Like, I'll see, like, I remember once I was on vacation, and there were these, like, guys in their, I don't know, probably late 20s, and they're like, oh my God, you're an actor. We love you. And I was like, oh, and I just assumed it was Breaking Bad. And they're like, Parenthood is such a good show.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you shocked me, but, like, not in a bad way.
I wasn't expecting that.
But, I wasn't. No, I was like, these guys are like, they looked like Breaking Bad fans, like through and through. But the Breaking Bad fans are like, just, I mean, the show is so great. The fans like are, they're huge. They're like, you're never like, oh yeah, that show was okay. It's like you either haven't seen it or you love it. And it was always like that, even in the beginning when, we didn't have a bunch of viewers, when we were brand new.
Well, and it caught on and people loved it. Another one that you're part of that people absolutely loved was the Michael J. Fox Show, because to know him is to love him. And again, you've had so many fun things. It's got to just be like almost unreal to think, man, I got a chance to do all of this cool stuff.
Oh my God, come on. I'm from Michigan. I'm from a small town in Michigan. There were days on the Michael J. Fox show. I grew up watching him. So there was one day, we had Sting on the show, and he was playing music, and Mike and I were sitting there watching him, and I was like, oh my God, it's too much. That's too
awesome.
much. Like, I can't. And Mike was like, get it together.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I would have probably just like fanned out big time. It would have been bad. So,
but there are worse things. There are worse things than being excited about your job.
Oh yeah, and you got a new program that is premiering this weekend. It's called The Bad Orphan. It's a Lifetime movie. Let's talk about this. This looks kind of interesting.
It was really, really fun to do. I have to tell you, I read that script and I was like, I'm in. And then we were, really lucky because listen, it's a lot. A lot happens in the show. You have to have the right director. You have to have the right cast. You have to, or it's just not going to work. There's a lot, there's a lot that you have to sell in this. And, my God, the twists and turns it takes. I have to tell you, I'm incredibly hard on myself and my work. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is good. And I was really happy. And I know it must be because I am extremely critical. But it's perfect. It's a psychological thriller. It's not anything you want to go through in real life. It's not any scenario anyone really you want to experience in life. But it's fun to watch. Again, the twists and the turns. It's fun to watch. It's a good summer flick.
And again, it's a Lifetime movie, and it premieres this weekend, The Bad Orphan. I'm going to throw a link to make it easy to find all of that. Now, you do a lot of TV shows, and this is a movie. Do you like doing the TV show format better than movies? Movies, you get to be a character for 2 hours. When you do a TV show, that's you for 10 years. That's quite a commitment to do a TV show that catches on, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're lucky, you get years out of it. Yes, that suits me. I like doing TV. I like playing a character for a long time. I like, you get to. I mean, that's a privilege. That's a huge privilege. And you get a groove with the rest of the cast and the crew. And so, once that also makes it more fun to do. You're just going to get to do things in different ways. Now, there are some roles I really, really want to play, but I don't want to live in that for 6 years. Yeah. So, this was so intense. This was so intense. I was happy to do it, happy that it was a movie, and happy to do a comedy next.
Oh, nice.
Things come your way, and you're like, that's what I meant to do right now.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it, Betsy. We appreciate it.
Thank you. So good to talk to you guys, and I'm looking forward to you seeing the show.
Absolutely. I am as well. The Bad Orphan, it premieres this weekend on Lifetime. I've got a link to the trailer, all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
During the Cold War, President Ronald Reagan and Soviet Premier Mikhail Gorbachev agreed to set aside their differences if the world was ever invaded by aliens.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, how about this? If we ever get invaded, we just become buddies. How's that sound? I think they were buddies by the time they were done, both of them done serving, which I thought was kind of cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
During World War II, novelty toilet paper was printed with images of different leaders like Hitler and Hirohito and Mussolini. So you could buy toilet paper that had their faces on it. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Pope Francis used to be a nightclub bouncer. I've read that before.
I knew that.
Yeah. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Squirrels can climb trees faster than they can run on the ground. I've seen that myself, actually.
Squirrels are pretty impressive.
Yeah, we used to have some squirrels that hung out at our place, and I would feed them. We moved. And the new squirrels in our neighborhood don't like us at all. I think it's our dogs that they don't like. Because I put food out for them, and they're like, no, not going to do that. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's rad. It's bad. It's 80s. The coolest rock vacation of the summer. Retromania Live. August 21st through 25th, the Mansion Theater. Starring Vince Neil, Bobby Brown, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Night Ranger, Tom Kiefer, Tiffany, Lou Graham, Pauly Shore, celebrity autograph signings, costume parties, and more. Single day tickets on sale now at RetromaniaLive.com. Produced by Branson Star Entertainment.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 8% of adults do this every single morning. What is it? We've been doing this lately. You're not supposed to do it every morning. You're supposed to do it like every other morning, or every third morning, or every fifth morning, or once a week.
I really don't know.
Weigh yourself.
Oh, yeah, we do. We weigh ourselves. I weigh myself every morning.
We're not supposed to. You're supposed to do it, but it's like, ooh, I'm down another pound. Ooh, hey, I'm down. So
I weigh myself every morning. It helps to keep me
And we have a
on
cheat
track.
day once a week, so the toughest time to weigh yourself is after that cheat day. I'm like, oh, wow, I gained 93 pounds in my cheat day.
I like that, though, because I get to watch how fast it comes back down after
that
a
is
cheat
very
day.
cool.
It's kind
All
of
right.
fun.
Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A 6-year-old tabby cat has officially received his honorary degree from Vermont State University. Max was given the distinction as part of the institution's class of 2024. Max has been visiting the campus ever since his owner let him hang out there in the house. The owner let him out of the house, rather, which was nearby. Maurice Ummett, the Dean of Admissions and Enrollment Services, said this very affectionate cat, Max, is usually the first to greet him every morning and comes inside in the wintertime. Max's daily routine includes parking himself outside an academic building as students come and go, purring and climbing on their backpacks as they take selfies. Max also greets visitors who come for tours. It's almost like it's his job to do the welcoming of people to the campus, they said. The Board of Trustees and the Vermont State Cat Leges, I don't know what that is, have bestowed upon Max Stow the prestigious title of Doctor of Literature.
Oh, I see.
Complete with all the catnip perks, scratching post privileges, and litter box responsibilities that come with it. It's adorable, but it's also really not smart.
It's just silly.
Like that makes it almost seem as though that degree is worth nothing. You're giving them out to cats? What? Weird news brought
I've
to you.
got a comment, but
I know
I think
you
I'll
do.
just keep it
Weird
to
news
myself.
brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This comes from the week ago file. This is for Father's Day. I'm a week late. Okay, here's the thing. I got this on Father's Day, but I got it after our program was done. And I'm like, okay, I could get rid of this or I could do it later. I just decided, oh, wait, I'll hold it for a week. Traits that you can only inherit from your father. So give your dad credit or blame for these. Your gender. If you pay attention during biology class, this will not be news to you. But yes, men are 100% responsible for the gender of the baby. Your teeth. Crooked teeth? Well, it's dad's fault. Good teeth? Well, tell dad thank you. Your height. Your height is determined by 700 genetic variations, but a lot of that comes from dad's side of the family. Dimples. As adorable as they are, scientists describe dimples as a defect, and it's something that actually comes from, you guessed it, dear old dad's side of the family. And sneezing. If you're the type of person who sneezes first thing in the morning when you look at the sun, that is something you probably got from your father because that is where that comes from. So there you go.
Very cool.
The list, a week late, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Joan Rivers, who says, "Life is tough, darling. Life is hard, and we better laugh at everything. Otherwise, we're going down the tube." I like that.
That's true.
I remember her saying that, actually. Quote of the day comes. She didn't say it to me. I want to make sure I say that. The way I said that, it sounded like she said it to me. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And we have talked about this gentleman on here before, Mr. Beast. I still think it's funny that he's going by that name. You'd think that he would change the name because he's done some really positive, like really serious things.
Right.
But it's a silly name that he made up when he was just a kid. Popular YouTuber Mr. Beast, known for philanthropy and entertaining videos, has donated $200,000 directly to families in poverty through a charity called Give Directly.
Love that.
A substantial donation reaching over 200 households in Uganda, bringing transformative change to a region struggling with severe poverty.
That's
Mr.
wonderful.
Beast, by the way, his real name, what do you think his real name is, Heidi?
I don't know.
You know
Terry.
it. Jimmy Donaldson.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
How would
you did.
I know that?
Because I told you before. It's almost like you don't pay attention, Heidi.
What?
What's his name? Do you remember now? I told you 23 seconds ago.
Stanley.
No, it's Jimmy Donaldson. He's gained a massive following on YouTube mainly, but other things as well. And a lot of it is tied to him doing something very charitable, giving away, which I think is really kind of cool. He has a philanthropy organization called Beast Philanthropy, and he partnered with Give Directly, an evidence-based charity renowned for innovative use of mobile cash, transfer, satellite imaging to pinpoint the most impoverished households. So what they're doing is they're saying, hey, let's find the people on this planet who need help the most, and they've done that. And his recent donation, they're distributing about $1,000 to each household for 200 households, so $200,000. That would be a full year's salary where these people live. So imagine if you got like an extra, how much you make an entire year, if they came in and say, hey, we're gonna give you that all at once. So talk about an amazing blessing for this community.
Blessing.
Oh yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how all of this goes, and I got a feeling it'll go well. So. But you can chime in if you'd like to see more with that. There's a link to the videos and there's a link to the information. I've got that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.